Judging by the third quarter results from Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts in the U.S., a nation of calorie counters still enjoy a great donut. Joining me today to discuss the business of donuts is Krispy Kreme CEO Tony Thompson. Thanks for taking the time today. I appreciate it.
It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you guys, third quarter, same-store sales up 2.8%, very solid result, but you did note on the conference call that things slowed down a little bit in November. What do you attribute that to?
Well, actually, starting off this year, some things were lapping over from last year. If you paid attention from the third quarter of the prior year, we had a lot of discounting that was out there last year, so some of that we've trimmed back. We've been focusing on discounting, getting away from a lot of the everyday coupons, or at least less of that, and more of the special event days. So some of that is what we're experiencing year over year, but that's a good thing of right-sizing ourselves on the discounting standpoint. But from a comp standpoint and from a approach on pricing, this past year with our limited time offer donuts, we've applied a premium to that for every limited time offer window throughout the year, and that also was purposeful of, as we leverage our brand equity of who we are as a brand, we know that we can get more for that.
See, what I found interesting too, people are responding to those more expensive limited time donuts.
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, our current ones right now with the Santa Belly and the Snowman are doing really well for us.
Yeah, those are hyper cute. Those are very social media friendly. Coffee, switching gears a little bit. Dunkin' Donuts is getting a little bit more espresso, getting a little more serious about espresso drinks next year. McDonald's just opened up a McCafe store in Canada. How are you attacking beverages next year?
So beverage is a big opportunity for us, and coffee specifically. Our mix on coffee is really, really small. Overall, it's about 5%. And then when you think about Krispy Kreme, you look at our old vintage signs from back in the 50s and 60s, coffee, donuts and coffee. So it's always been a part of who we are, but it's kind of passed us up. So what we've been focusing on the past year and a half is taking all the elements that are necessary to really move the needle on coffee. And we've just built a new company shop outside of Winston-Salem where we've incorporated a lot of those elements. So to really to get into coffee like you need to, it's not one or two things, right? It's everything from the customer ordering experience and flow. It's the design of the shop inside, the warmer touch and feel and colors. It's coffee having a presence throughout the shop, sounds, smells, imaging, etc. And for us at Krispy Kreme, though, we don't want to lose sight of what we're all about, right? And that's Krispy Kreme donuts. So that balance between a much more enhanced coffee atmosphere and customer experience, along with our donuts, and that's what we put in place in this new shop. And we're really liking what we're seeing on the attachment, because for us, we're not out trying to be the everyday coffee experience for everybody. At the forefront of our strategy, it's all about attachments. People are already coming into our shops for donuts. They think Krispy Kreme, the Hot Light, etc. Great. Well, while they're in there, let's get attachment with great tasting coffee that we've had historically, but we need to make it more of a customer experience inside that shop. And this new prototype test shop is what we're doing.
And staying on topic, going back to food a little bit, this year has been the year of the mashup in the fast food business. I've seen some interesting photos, a combination of donuts and food out there. Is there anything you're working on or testing? Could we see a donut sandwich next year?
You know, I won't get too far ahead on what we've got in the R&D pipeline, but we're certainly going to innovate in terms of what we can do as Krispy Kreme. Because what we want to do, a term I use, is we want to keep donuts center of plate, but we want to hear from our consumers of what do they want from us. And they view us as somewhat of a bakery. So there's some permission around that to do some things. And we're going to be experimenting around that center of plate without trading out what we're known for and what we always want to be known for, and that's our great original glazed donuts. But there could be some things in the future, I think, that would make sense to consumers of that's Krispy Kreme.
Well, I'll be on the lookout on Twitter. And lastly, we've seen some combinations in the past few years within the fast food. Starbucks buys Tijuana, Burger King buys Tim Hortons. You're an iconic company, 78 years in business. Stock's down about 24% this year. Great balance sheet, mostly franchise, which everybody's going to. Have you been approached at all?
Right now, we're focused on what we do, and that's donuts and coffee and building shops. And we're not looking to do something significantly different outside of that. And I think Krispy Kreme is a unique, iconic brand that stands alone on its own 2 feet.
Sure. Well, good luck this holiday season. Thanks for taking the time.
All right. Thank you, Brian.